Hello and welcome back to Metaphor ReFantazio. We are right on the edge of some major story. The brothers know that we have a plan for Luis, and they're smart enough that they pretty much worked out what it is. To be fair, the plan is stab him with a spear, so, you know, I'm not giving them too much credit, but they have worked out our plan. But what are they going to do about it? Well, I imagine that's what we're about to find out. Unless they're just going to stay quiet about it for some reason. But that would be odd. So, let's go to bed. Actually, before we do, can I leave? Nope. Alright, let's go to bed. I did also go around the room like this in between episodes, like a madman. The reason I did this is I was looking for any gold beetles I might have missed, and I couldn't see anything obvious in this room, but yeah, seems like we can go back everywhere anyway, so if we happen to have missed one, we can always go back and get it. So, let's rest.
Good night.
Rest well.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
It's Water's Day. I must say, I am sad to leave the island, if for no other reason than every meal here has been an utter delight. I'm almost certain you said the same thing when we left Bralhaven. I'm Martira. A new world of cuisine is but a few days away if you'll just be patient. Although she should, in theory, know what the meals are like because she grew up there. But anyway, mind your tongue, Stroll. A few days is thrice as many meals. Wow, you really are taking this hard. Well, when you've said your goodbyes to the people and the food, meet at the Gauntlet Runner. I'm assuming we're going to teleport to the Gauntlet Runner.
Hold on.
Oh no. Do I need to buy anything before heading out?
Then.
When you're ready, everyone will be waiting for you at the Gauntlet Runner. Well, I don't need to buy anything. I'm good. But I guess I should, like, talk to everybody before I leave? No new dialogue in here. Anything outside? And we could check with the crowd of people, but we'll check everywhere else first. I'll check over here and see if there's anything new going on in this area. If there's not, then we'll assume, yeah, there's all grey, so I think we're just good to go, although I will definitely check in and grab the XP from the head. Let's do that.
Well now, what are we on about?
King's Rock. Okay.
Let's see.
That got me 12,000 mag, which is useful. Definitely useful. Okay, I can go to Academia as well while I'm here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I wanted to buy here. I think I'm pretty good. Although there was a shop that sold different things each day. I should check, I suppose. Although, yeah, I think it was, actually can't remember. Was it this shop maybe actually that sold different things? Nah, I'm not that worried about it actually. I think I'm overly good on that, or overall good on that. Hello.
Hello there.
Did you enjoy yourself yesterday? The village has not had a banquet in some time, so we truly tried to make it special. I can hardly remember the last time I heard such a raucous laughter across the island. What you've done for us is truly priceless. In Etria, we shall no longer be an island that rejects all outside influence. Instead, we shall welcome travelers, regardless of tribe, and see them off warmly. That is my vision for the island. I hope you'll come back soon and see how we're doing. You'll always be welcome. Oh, and please, take care of Yufa. Also, interestingly, just want to throw this one out here. This is not anything. This oddly shaped rock at the end of a path is not anything. What's up with that? That's weird. I wonder if it's something later. Could be like some secret thing. Anyway, hello.
Now, where was I?
We'll head off to Academia.
Well.
I sense the presence of a new archetype. Might I see them if you've the mind to show me? Hello, cat. Hello.
Hello.
Okay. I have no idea what strolls means currently. I guess maybe I need to get him to get samurai and level it up, maybe?
Hello.
Really, nothing. You're not going to tell me what this means, huh, Stroll? I'm just checking these things here. So he's got Faker, Mass Dancer, Wizard. I'm just seeing if there's anything new on this page at all. No, I think this is all the same, right? Huh. Yeah, I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. Okay. Well, in which case I will wait for the game to give me a tutorial. Or for the comments to catch up to the current episode and tell me, I guess, because... I don't know. It sounded like it was going to be the thing like in Persona, where you get like the upgraded persona for your companions at like, you know, near about 75% through the game. But that's not this, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess I'll go back to reality. Okay. Weird. Yeah, it must be something that hasn't unlocked yet. That's my only thought. Like, we got it earlier than the mechanic, which is a little odd. Anyway, we'll make our way out here. Okay, then we're gonna go this way. We're just gonna cruise along. Yeah, don't think there's anything new. I think this was literally just a chance to shop if you needed to buy supplies, but we already bought supplies, so we're good to go. Of course, this could also... The implication here... Let me just double check. We do have them, right? Yeah. The implication here is that we will not be able to get supplies for some time. And the game is giving us an opportunity to, you know, get supplies now. Also, we haven't been here 20 minutes. I just took a 10-minute break between recording episodes and I left the game on. That's why our time has jumped significantly. Oh, hello.
Looks like the sea's settled somewhat. We've got a map of the Altaberry region too. I'd say we're set.
Now we can leave with our minds clear and pockets full, eh? Where are those brothers? Out on errands?
I wonder whether the best course of action wouldn't be to just have an, you know, frank conversation with them. If they cause trouble, we kick him off the gauntlet runner, teleport away, and then, you know, carry on with our lives. They're stuck on the island, they won't have an easy way off it. We go to Altaberry, we do what we need to do, and they won't get there in time. But maybe I'm wrong.
I say we just leave them behind.
Yeah, kind of saying what Haizumi said. I was saying give him a chance first.
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea.
Well, long as we've got a minute alone, let's go over our plan.
Although Luis would probably be like, hey, where are those brothers I sent out with you? And we'd be like, they decided to have a holiday. It probably doesn't go down too well.
As soon as we get to Altaberry, we give Luis the fake lance Nuris made up for us.
While I hold on to the real one.
Then, on the eve of this divine relic dedication ceremony, we use the real lance to end this, once and for all. He doesn't know we've worked out its powers. We'll use that to our advantage. Juna, we'll need you to convince Luis to attend the eve of the festival.
Oh, I've been pestering him to do so for a while now. Don't want him spending the evening in his heavily fortified Skyrunner after all.
So where is the false lance in question?
Right here, ready to poke an eye out. Oh, what do you think? A dead ringer, eh?
Is it just me or is the one at the bottom shinier?
Such detail. Even I can't tell them apart.
When we get to Altaberry, we'll pass off the fake to Luis. Then, we execute our plan.
Oh, by the way, I was talking with the Magnus brothers earlier. Think they might be onto us.
That's not good. We'll need to be more careful.
Wait, footsteps. Speak of the devils. We'll need to hide the real lance.
You're late. We were about to leave you behind.
Right, all present and counted. Anchors away, what?
Aye aye, me hearties! What's wrong then? Is that not the customary exclamation of sailors? Mr. Batlin was very specific.
I wouldn't believe everything he says.
'Tis a strange melancholy, leaving the people we have so recently come to know.
We'll be back. With some fantastic tales to tell them too.
Yes, certainly.
Oh.
This is Altaberry Heights. We'll make faster progress back on land.
We're going to get there very quickly, and it's snowing there. But before we do, I have a question to ask you. Rella went back here. How is she... Oh, sorry, she went back here. How is she going to beat us? I guess, actually, no, that makes a lot of sense as a road. I was going to say, how's she going to beat us to Montario? Or how's she going to be there at the same time as us? But, like, there's literally, like, a giant road straight through. Interestingly, this is the road that we took in to Grand Trad, right? No, we took this road into Grand Trad. Wait, which one did we take in? I'm questioning things.
Let's see.
No, we must have taken this road into Grand Trad. Yeah.
Let us hurry.
No, this is the main gate. No, the main gate's the one that is definitely this one, right? So,
But isn't that...
if we went in this way, we must have come along the Montario Road to get in, right? That must be how we got to the desert. Huh. Interesting. Unless, of course, we came from here, which is also possible. Okay. Anyway,
This place here.
what's this one? Malva. Okay. Cool.
place here.
The capital of the Principality of Montario, a religious city surrounded by mountains. Its central opera house hosts plays preaching sanctus morality. Here is Altaberry Heights. It's quite a ways. Think we'll make it in time. Without a problem. This fine wind will have us making landfall by the morrow, so the whole trip should be about 2 nights for 3 days of travel. So we'll only have to endure 1 day of being rocked sick. Now there's a grim face if I ever saw one. Captain, for stroll's sake, let us make haste.
Ha! Tally-ho then.
Full speed ahead to Altaberry Heights, capital of Montario. Take care you don't tumble overboard now.
With a new ally in tow, the Gauntlet Runner at last departs the island toward the eastern side of the inland sea. Their destination is the Principality of Montario. Its vast mountain crags, so different from the western terrain, can be seen clearly from the water. Their forthcoming task would be their greatest trial yet. They felt the tension rise in wordless silence.
Indeed.
2 more days until we reach Altaberry, I think. Well, at least on this journey we don't have to worry about that sea monster anymore. Okay. Well, first of all,
Well
washroom.
then.
Facilitate living as a group. Wonderful. Then we're going to the pantry. And in the pantry we are going to get some stuff. Then we're going to double check our cooking thing. We should be done of current recipes, right? Or did we have one left? We needed Altaberry wheat flour. Yeah, so we're done. Cool. We have courage here, which we don't need. We have a new book. Maybe Yufa added some to the collection. How to walk outside the island has been added. Cool. We'll leave that for now. You would give us... Ooh, not wisdom. What's it called?
Yes?
I don't know why I keep pressing the wrong button for that. It is wisdom. Okay. Hello.
Seriously.
You realize there was probably a way to get the lads that didn't involve saving the pagan girl, yeah? Though I suppose I can't complain since you got the lance either way. Still, if you want Count Louise's favour, take my advice and stop playing the hero. Okay. Hello. Thank goodness we're finally bidding farewell to that sweltering heat. The island and its people were absolutely lovely though. How do the islanders deal with such heat? Their supposed hair like mine only amplifies the problem.
You?
Gotta hand it to you. I can't believe you actually got that relic off of them. Couldn't afford to cock up a job from Lord Luis though, could you? Otherwise you'd just be dead weight. Okay. I can go outside because it's 35, so that's Juna. Now we've got Stroll here. I would reckon Yufa must be outside then, right? By that logic. Yeah, although this doesn't get us her thing, unfortunately.
Yes?
I pressed the wrong button again. I don't know why I think X is Y and Y is X. I've been using a Nintendo Switch controller at some point. Anyway, you would get me imagination. We don't need imagination. Also, this is a cool view. This is what it was meaning about the dungeons previously. How all the dungeons are kind of dark and brown. And then like you got these areas out here that are super bright. And it's like, we could be running around these areas, exploring. But anyway. It's obviously to set the mood of the dungeon. And it feels more like an old dungeon crawl if it's kind of dark and dingy. But still. And then the only person we haven't seen, as what I wanted to do, the only person we haven't seen is Haizme. Must be here. Hello. Oddly bittersweet to think this view of the endless ocean might be my last for a while. The soothing sway of the waves gives me such pleasant dreams. I confess I'll miss them. Okay. Well, I guess we should read the book then. It's the only thing that makes sense. In here, let's read the book. How to walk outside the island. This appears to be a Mustari authored travelogue and guide of lands outside the island. It's been thoroughly annotated by Yufa. I've yet to start reading it. Increases tolerance? Mustari's guide to life outside the island. It must be tough for them. Read the book, I may gain more tolerance. Nice. Let's read it. I wanted to learn about Mustari, and we couldn't learn from him directly because we didn't have time, so let's read the book. This travelogue offers an introduction to cultures and customs outside Virga Island, told through the Mustari author's first-hand experience. It contains practical guides for things like creating an altar while traveling, or making eye contact with unmasked people. These encapsulate some of the difficulties Mustari people face living outside the island. Yufa must have read and reread this thoroughly. The book is nearly in tatters. Living in a totally foreign culture sounds so difficult, and yet this author and Yufa are jumping right into it. Seeing their willingness to embrace other cultures and values increases my tolerance.
Now then.
Nice. Oh, we get 6 points. And it's right up to level 4 already. Okay.
Tolerance.
It is one of the virtues a ruler must possess. If thou aspire to true sovereignty, take up a mantle of benevolence which shall spur thee to aid thy people.
Why, that's...
A conqueror needs that precious kindling with which a follower's passions may be inflamed. There's still more to left to read in this book. I'll pick up from here next time.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at Cliffshade Camp just as the curtain of night descends on the wilderness. Ideal for their cover, it works both ways, as monsters and rogues alike await their victims in the shadows of the rocks. Only a Gauntlet Runner offers peace of mind against such dangers, a large reason why they are so sought after.
Okay. Cliffshade Camp. Another Lumabee.
Indeed.
We should reach the city the day after tomorrow. I can feel the temperature dropping since we made landfall. I bet it'll be pretty cold in Altabury. Okay. Hey, Nuras. Now that we've made landfall, I admit I missed the sight of the Sea Runner gliding gracefully through the water. Then again, nothing quite like the sight of those legs kicking off the ground with all that power. Tonight I shall bask in the beauty of our fine Gauntlet Runner. Okay, let's grab that. Also going to do a save here, just so that we have a save. Let's see if either of the brothers want to do anything. So what was this? So that's imagination, imagination, imagination. All of them would... Oh, I pressed the wrong button again. All of them would increase imagination today. Okay. Cool. Let's head in here. and see what we got. Who's inside? Oh, hello. That Mystari festival on the island weren't too bad, eh? Reminds me a bit of the bashes we used to have with the other Parapus lads. Lady Juna's smile, though, that was the biggest surprise. Never seen her so... Bah, never mind, forget I said anything. Because Lady Juna also would give us imagination. Okay. In here. Oh, Heisme would also give us imagination. Where is your brother? That's what I want to know. Up on the watchtower, maybe? No? Okay. Downstairs? Is he maybe keeping watch? Potentially. I mean, he could be asleep, I guess, but... See if he's downstairs. He is. Ugh, shite. Something still feels off. How long have you been there? Wipe that look off your face. I'm not looking for sympathy. Okay. Interesting. Set up here. I kind of want to increase our imagination. I could go for a bath as well. I'm conflicted. I want to increase our imagination because in the next section we're probably going to need maxed out raw virtues, right? That just makes sense that we're going to need maxed out raw virtues in the next section because, yeah, we had level 4 for the last section, so we're going to need level 5 for this section, which means that we're going to need these maxed out so we can do more bonds as soon as we get them. Yufa.
Pardon me, but...
Oh, Grem. Are you free at the moment? I've just finished meditating and I'd like to talk to you for a bit if you don't mind. By recalling the past and planning for the future of Yufa, maybe I can hone my imagination. Yeah. Okay. I've only heard about the outside world from imported books and my brother's stories. I can't believe that starting today I will travel those lands myself. I would never have had the confidence to attempt such a venture on my own. I'm truly glad to have met you and everyone else, Grem. Glad to have you.
Yeah.
We're all glad that you're here with us. Yes, you've all been so incredibly kind. Our conversations have made me feel quite welcome. Speaking of which, Juna graciously gave me some advice about trips such as this one. She said, make sure you keep one eye on your wallet whenever you're in town, and never ever ever follow a stranger somewhere. Juna's kindness truly knows no end. Heh. I feel quite lucky to go on a trip with so many people watching over me. Oh, that reminds me. I meant to ask you, what were things like when you began this journey, Grem? I must admit, I am somewhat curious about the place where your mission began. It's my hope that one day, when this is all over, that I may visit it. I feel my imagination grow as Yufa and I discuss the possibilities ahead of us. Also, I realized wow, we got 7 imagination. That's incredible. I realized that yeah, the reason why we're probably not getting the bonds here is because we have the brothers on the Gauntlet Runner currently. So that's probably why we can't have that bond conversation with Hulkenberg. That would make some sense. Yeah, that would make sense to me. Oh, I'm sorry. I was having so much fun talking with you, the time escaped me. Is it alright if we continue? Okay, cool. Yufa and I talked for a while. And we got some mag.
Time marches on.
Wonderful.
The age of a new king draws nearer.
It's Arbor's Day. Back to traveling.
It would seem that...
Although we are stopping first. We now stand among the mountains. I have long gazed at the peaks of Montario from the island, but never imagined I would see them this close. Altabury remains cold year-round, so quite accordingly its people have perfected the art of piping hot stew. And it's home to the foremost opera house in the kingdom, as well. I suppose that'll be the stage of our confrontation with Luis.
I guess.
Let's keep our hopes high. Weird conversation to be having in a small Gauntlet Runner with the brothers around, but okay. Maybe we sent them out to get firewood or something?
So?
Let's make sure all our preparations are complete by tomorrow night. Okay, hello. About time we made it to the mountains. Never much minded sea travel myself. Vasily, though, he turns green at the thought. Hello. We're returning to land earlier than I expected. Shame about leaving behind the fishing. If we had the luxury of time on our journey, I wonder what bounties of the mountain and woodlands I might have found as well. Okay. Hello.
Hey.
Seems like Dell's foot's all healed up now, thanks to Lady Rella. Now, what's got you looking so pleased? Bah, can't make sense of all this. Okay. Cool. We got more imaginations. That's courage. Well, I haven't done this yet.
Got it.
Gotta do the washing. Gotta do the pantry. Okay. It was recommended that we do more cooking, just so we can get more items. I understand the logic. I understand it perfectly. In my head, I'm like,
what's this?
but what if I use an ingredient which I need for the other recipes? Now, what are the chances of me randomly using all of our ingredients that I would need? Oh, very low. But that's not the way that my mind is working right now. My mind is going, but what if? What if we used it up? Anyway. Let's head... That's back deck. I want to head to this deck. Okay. Hello. Ah, the craggy mountain range. How long it's been. Did I tell you I'm from these parts originally? While I've not many happy memories of home, nostalgia yet retains a grip on my heart somehow. Hello. I've come around on our sleeping arrangements, I think. It's cozy, which is calming. Though I can't say I'll ever come around on how tangled my hair is by morning. Oh, wow. Oh, this is crazy. Yeah. These are always odd bits, seeing the gauntlet runner going around. I like it, but it always feels odd. It's like... It's crazy. It also feels like we're constantly about to run into something. Oh, are we getting up to the top of a mountain? Well, actually, you know, let's stay out here a little bit. Let's have a look around. Just for a second. Do we speed up going downhill? We do not. No. Okay. Okay, in here we go. And I guess I will improve our imagination, as courage should improve quicker naturally, due to most of the quests being courage quests. No, we should do our book. What am I talking about? Book. Yeah. How to walk outside the island. It's a Mustari author travelogue for the lands outside the island, thoroughly annotated by Yufa. I'm in the middle of reading it. Let's read it. This travelogue offers an introduction to cultures and customs outside Virga Island, told through the Mustari author's first-hand experience. The section on Grand Trad contains a list of recommended shops to visit. The words must go are written in small letters next to some, presumably by Yufa. However, the author does advise against praying at restaurants in Grand Trad. Doing so would greatly increase the chances of being kicked out, apparently. Living in a totally foreign culture sounds so difficult, and yet this author and Yufa are jumping right into it, as we said last time. Seeing their willingness to embrace other cultures and values increases my tolerance. Alright, this book doesn't seem to have quite as much as the other books, but... Okay. We'll keep going, because if we finish it, then we get a big bonus.
Look at this.
Ahoy, you lot are going to believe the view I'm seeing outside. I'm hitting the brakes.
The Gauntlet Runner makes a short stop in front of Colorodeo Cliff, a bluff so tremendous it fills one's vision. Its massive fissure is said to be the vestige of a god's wrath, as only a force capable of splitting heaven and earth could cause it. Perfectly balanced by the work of nature, or the wrath of gods extolled in the myths of creation, none can say.
Whoa.
Absolutely incredible. I've heard of sheer cliffs before, but I never imagined something like this. Indeed, falling off of that precipice would be unfathomably terrible. And exhilarating, I imagine. Makes me want to jump. I'd like to try jumping off it.
On guard!
Damned boar-faced sanctus scullions!
What?
Gah, Oi, what's gone into you? My, that was rather pleasing. It's quite refreshing, you know, to pull your voice from the very bottom of your gut and yell in such a manner.
Speaking of...
I am reminded of the time you were all yelling before me. It was a rather terrible experience, I admit. But if I may, I would like to try my hand at this yelling.
Listen!
Never again shall I sleep in a roach-infested inn. You're overreacting.
Well then.
You need to relax, Haizumi. How amusing. I would like to try screaming as well. What's the matter? I fully intended to do it, but the words just won't come out at all, and Oh, this girl is just too charming. Never change, love. Well, does anyone else have something to yell about? I sense that gazing off the cliff's edge and being filled with an unexplainable urge to scream has somehow broadened my wisdom.
Alright.
You have 4 points of wisdom. Nice.
As for me...
Aha! Then I suppose it's old Nuras's turn. I prepared a list of complaints that I wish I could recite to you all on a daily basis and... Oh, rather chilly out here, isn't it? We should head back before we all catch a cold. Yes, we shouldn't allow ourselves to spend too much time on these distractions.
Bombs away!
But I must scream! As always, I've drawn this place, here. I'll keep Nuras's picture as a souvenir of our journey.
The gauntlet runner stops amidst rocky terrain as twilight envelops the wilderness in darkness. The twinkling lights are not all stars. Some are the eyes of monsters peering through the dark. To await the dawn in comfort and peace is a privilege only the gauntlet runner can provide.
Stony Camp. Oh look, it's a Lumabee. We've only got a limited amount of time left to enjoy these quiet moments. Once we get to Altabury, well, you know what's going to happen. I have an idea. Memorandum. Coloroidio Cliff. A section of coastal cliff between Virga Island and Montario. Though the precipitous chalk bluffs are breathtaking in their own right, the great horizontal fissure within this cliff, as if ripped from the land itself, is said to stir onlookers' hearts to sense the presence of some existence or entity beyond all mortal knowledge. A nursery tale familiar to all the king's subjects explains that the crack was caused by the immense outpouring of power when God bestowed magic upon the lowly beasts we now know as tribesfolk. Okay. Interesting. Did we know that God was meant to have created the tribesfolk? I don't know if we did.
Hey.
The night chills are creeping in. Suppose that means we're closing in on Altabury. Once the lance is in Lord Luis's hands, I'll be out of your hair, eh? The days really flew by. At this pace, we'll reach Altabury sometime tomorrow. You got the lance in the end, so I'll not deny you got the skills for this, but I'll still be watching you until it's in Count Luis's hands. Okay, so everyone wants to improve my tolerance? Wait, no, imagination still? There's still imagination. Okay, it's just Hulkenberg, right? That we haven't seen yet? Yeah. I don't want to improve my imagination with you standing there. It worries me. I'm gonna go outside. I'll find someone sensible to talk to. You know, have we done one of these with Haizumi? I don't think we've done one of these with Haizumi. Let's chat with him. It's been a while. He's kind of been left out of the party for a while because he wasn't in any combats really, because he was the one who had full XP. Let's actually have a chat with him.
Ah, it's you.
Hello there. I've got all together too much time on my hands. I'll say we take a little rest and talk a moment. No trace of energies about in my eyes. Peaceful for now, which means we get to have a little break. Alright, let's do it. Our time on Virga Island has left me with quite a bit to contemplate. That place was its own private world, isolated from outside conflict. Even if it is small, living peacefully in such a place as that Seems like it would be the ideal life, no? Let's say there's not enough there. It'd be lacking in a lot of ways.
Certainly.
That is not an unfair assessment. 'Tis peaceful, though such a life leaves little for one to aspire to. However, is constantly seeking more truly a worthwhile pursuit? That island gave me a sense of peace that was previously foreign to me. Yet, even amongst the islanders, there were those who yearned for growth and resented the place. Growth is a change born from discord with external forces, and at the end of that growth, differences are created that spark yet more strife.
If so,
I wonder which direction would be best for this country. Peace at the cost of stagnation, or progress mired in constant discord. Okay. I could feel my imagination grow as Heisme and I discuss the challenges still ahead of us.
Alright.
I mean, ideally you'd want to hit a balance, right? You'd want to have it be peaceful but still have things to strive for. Retiring so soon? Ah, your sour expression does not deter me. Sleep can wait, for this old man's ramblings demand an attentive pair of ears. Heisme and I talked for a while.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
It is now Metal Stay.
'Tis nearly time.
'Tis only a ways further until we reach Altabury. The city is likely abuzz with activity related to Saint's Day. Wonder if Luis is already there. Sooner or later we have to hand Dracodius over to him. One must wonder what the brothers will tell him of our time on the island. I hope they will leave out any unnecessary details.
Got it?
We just have to stand tall and confident. If you have to sell a lie, look them straight in the eye and say every word like you truly believe it. Okay. It's raining, which means everyone will be inside.
Alright then.
Tonight, we'll deliver the lance to Luis.
That a sec?
This will be the last time we'll be able to relax for a while. Once we arrive, we'll be jumping right into it. I can't blame you for feeling nervous. After all, we know what's coming. Wow, the game is definitely like, okay, we gave you a chance to buy items. We gave you 2 chances to buy items. Now, we're telling you very specifically this is your last peaceful day for a while. Okay. So we got imagination over here. We're going to read the book, obviously, now that I think about it. But we'll speak to everyone first.
It's coming up.
We're finally getting close to Altabury. Saint's Day Eve at the Opera House. There's never been a stage quite like this. Not for me, and especially not for you. It's going to be much colder in Altabury, you know. You ready to layer up and keep warm, I hope? You furless tribes have to do what you can. Winter's never really phased us Yugif, I suppose. The Divine Lance. They call it reclamation, but those Sanctus are pillaging the pagans' treasures, plain and simple. Sanctism's got nothing for us. We have no faith in their god or their Sanctors. That's why we stand with Count Luis. Okay. Baz, you around? Could be in here. He's not, though. Where is he? Must be downstairs if he's not here. He is. Alright.
Damn it.
A Sanctus festival, is it? Ugh, get a pit in my stomach just thinking about going it off without a hitch. Lest it gives me a chance to hear Lady Yuna sing, though. Better clear out your ears, eh? It's a privilege to listen to her, so don't go wasting it. It's interesting because he likes Lady Yuna mostly because it allows it pierces the armor around his brother's heart, as he puts it.
Got it.
Which is like, he likes Yuna more because of that. Kinda interesting.
Got it.
It reminds him of good things.
Oh.
Okay. Got some more of that. And now we're gonna head in here, up in here, and let's bookshelf. How to walk outside the island. Right. Read it. This travelogue offers an introduction to cultures and customs outside Virga Island told through the Mystari author's first-hand experience. A section detailing small cute animals that exist outside the island is particularly worn. Yufa must return to this section often. But it goes on to depict some methods mainlanders use to keep and raise animals for food. I can feel the author's and Yufa's shock through the pages. Living in a totally foreign culture sounds so difficult, and this is the third time you've said it. Seeing their willingness to embrace other cultures and values increases my tolerance.
Alright.
Wait, did they not have chickens? I suppose they could have just been using them for eggs. With that, I finished the book. I feel like my understanding of the world has deepened.
Alright.
Even more tolerance. Our tolerance is now our top stat, despite us starting with it being our only stat that wasn't level 4.
Nura speaking.
I've got something on the old girl's radar, so we'll be taking a short stop.
Before Altabury's mountains, the Gauntlet Runner sets upon the murky graveyard. The colossal bridges overhead are an impressive sight. During the Annex War, this land was a fierce battleground. Many soldiers, unable to return to their loved ones, found their final rest here. But few honor the dead. Their spirits take no solace. Their tragic remains are desecrated by wild dogs, leaving their bones exposed to the elements.
Murky graveyard.
Just look at it.
Whoa, these bridges are huge. It is an area defined by its numerous valleys. The bridges connect the flatlands and increase the amount of places in which people may live. Ah, that makes sense. If these bridges were to fall in battle, those people would end up isolated.
Hey.
Yes, it's all very fascinating, but have you looked at what's directly in front of you? Those are bones of people, aren't they? They're the remains of those who fell during the Annex War. This is the site of a fierce battle, and the dead were left to the elements, denied the dignity of a proper burial. This land is cursed. They're saying this land has been cursed for a long time. Speaking in such superstitious terms avails us not. Real people fought and died here. It brings me no pleasure to see it, yet 'tis valuable to experience the cold reality of battle beyond the legends and tales of valor. Carve this memory into your hearts. That is why the magla that drifts about this place carries such an oppressive weight. I can feel the sadness and regret of those whose lives came to an end here. I feel as though my wisdom is deepened after considering those who found their eternal rest here.
Alright.
Okay.
Hey.
Something wrong, Nuras. Your face has gone blue. Yeah, if you make a sketch for this one, Nuras, I'm not sure I should give this to, Maria, but okay. There's a shadow behind you.
That.
Behind you, Nuras, I just saw...
Hey!
Oh, do refrain from doing that again. Things of this manner are not my forte. Why, Nuras, I'm surprised you put any stock in scary stories. You're a more gentle soul than I gave you credit for. Too true, too true. Before all else, I am a delicate flower.
Well then,
shall we make a quick departure as to not rouse the dead?
That's my fault.
I'm sorry to have made such a fuss. I would like to give those who died a proper send-off, and drew this with that in mind. Okay. So that might not be a drawing of the dead, it might be a drawing of what he would like to give them as a send-off. Anyway, I'll take this with me so I don't forget the people whose lives came to an end here.
Altabury Heights, capital of the Principality of Montario, the eastmost country annexed into the Kingdom of Uchronia. The mountain path leading to the city begins near the coastline, but few gauntlet runners can contend against its steep slope. Those who complete the arduous climb are rewarded. City lights, dusted with snow, twinkle beautifully in the valley. But what awaits the party there is no reward, but their greatest trial thus far. The hour of reckoning draws near, and they steel themselves anew.
So I'm guessing most other ones went to Grand Trad and then over to Altabury from there.
The seat of Sanctism, Altabury. Truly, I never thought I would see it in person. What is that giant structure?
The monolith. In Sanctus Scripture, they tell of how the stone was shaped by God's own hand.
It's afloat. I'd only heard rumors that it didn't touch the ground, but to see it now.
Are we finally moving again?
Just another trip for our songstress.
We're here at last.
We decided to present Luis with Dracodius, Lance of the Dragon God, aboard his gauntlet runner, the Charadrius. Let's hope he doesn't find out the lance is a fake.
Well done. So this is the Lance of Legend, is it?
Yep, definitely. That's the lance. 100%. It's the lance. Real one. Everything.
I am called Euphrasia, priestess of the island. For personal reasons, I have joined them on their journey.
You do not detest me?
I owe my life to them, and I understand they operate under your guidance.
Indeed. I had heard you were able to obtain the lance without incurring the islanders' hatred. Quite a feat, now that I know it to be true. Well done. At last, it seems that even fate has abandoned Fortin. Thanks to you, I was spared the effort of sifting through ashes to find this. If the islanders could not be persuaded, my next course would have been to raise their village to the ground. The Charadrius' batteries would make that a fairly simple task.
And what would be most upsetting there is that is not where the lance was. The lance was in the temple and, you know, firing the Charadrius' batteries at it would have made you no closer to the lance.
What?
Why are you surprised? At times, sacrifice is necessary to save the many. Was that not the exact reasoning by which your countrymen would have seen you die?
You're...
Have the lance brought to my chamber later. Thank you for your hard work in spite of your wound. Take care of yourselves. Now we need only to wait until tomorrow for the Saints' Day festival.
The whole event will be held over 2 days at the Opera House.
The first day is the eve of the festival, and I'm scheduled to sing. Hope you're looking forward to it.
Main festivities start on the second day. That's when all these divine relics will be dedicated and sealed. It's aimed at proving beyond a doubt that Sanctism is the highest authority.
Well, if I was Luis and I wanted to make a move, like a move to kill some of the other people at the festival, you would make the move on the eve, right? You wouldn't make the move on the main day. On the main day, everyone's bringing the relics, everyone's ready for it. You simply turn up on the previous day, everyone is already there, and while they're all, you know, they all have the guard down, you make your move.
All kind of daft though, isn't it? If they were that confident in their scriptures, you'd think they wouldn't have to bother with all that.
This is where Fortin dies. He and Sanctism itself. At the very least, it's worth giving him a memorable end.
Lord Louise, I do hope you'll come and watch me sing this time. We missed you at the opening ceremony. If you're not there, it'll hardly be worth it.
You needn't worry. Having come all this way, it would be a waste not to show.
Well, I'm off to check out the Opera House. Want to make sure everything's shipshape for my solo, of course. The rest is up to you.
You have all performed admirably. You exceeded my every expectation. Soon, Fortin's reign will come crashing down. From this point onward, I would have you forfeit the competition and dedicate yourself fully to my campaign.
Understood.
For now, rest your wings a while. Tomorrow's festivities will be a grand show indeed.
Okay.
It seems the lance passed muster. Eurus is a peerless craftsman, if not else.
This is an interesting looking town. Yeah. Okay. It's definitely still a city, but it's a like smaller scale city. Yeah, I like the vibe.
Yufa, are you okay?
He would have destroyed my home. How could he suggest such carnage with not a shade of guilt?
To be fair, Yufa, there are reasons why people, us included, want to kill him.
I was sure that deep down, all people are inherently good at heart. Now, you made it sound like you were bound to kill him at any cost. And now I understand why.
I see. Then let's get back on track and go find ourselves an inn. You've got more supporters now. I dare say we'll find better lodging than we could before.
I wouldn't be so sure. This city's in the palm of Forden's hand, and we're the ones who humiliated him during the exhibition.
Can't we just stay at Hulkenberg's family's place? I mean, this is where she's from, and she is a noble.
All the same, we're about to do something big. To be honest, I'll take anywhere, so long as I can stretch out.
Let's set up camp right here.
Here's as good as any spot to make camp.
Why? That's worse than staying in the runner.
Then why don't we look for an inn run by a Mustari?
I thought this city was the seat of the church.
In times before the church, it said many diverse faiths and teachings took root in this city. That's why Montario is the only mainland nation that trades with the islands.
Indeed. My grandfather often said that until his generation, the only prominent building of the Sanctus Church was that opera house. Though the prevailing story now, of course, is that Sanctism reclaimed this land from malevolent pagans.
Either way, I'm certain there should be quite a few Mustari who feign conversion and live in seclusion.
If one of these Mustarians really exists, it may work in our favor. Let's look for it.
Okay. Oh, new music as well.
Speaking of...
If it is a Mustari-owned inn we seek, then I know of one in the centre of town. It is called Skyward Tavern. I recall it being rather pleasant, with very little that would point to its Mustari roots.
Certainly.
It was on Diafranco Street, if I'm not mistaken. So cold. At least Hulkenberg is in our element. Can we get going before we freeze, though? Well, the face is back. Memorandums. Yeah. Interesting. So this is Altsbury Heights. I just want to check something.
Alright then. Where to?
We cannot go somewhere else. Alright. Just want to check. Well, I'm going to end the episode here. And next time, we're going to explore all of Altsbury. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.